Hello guys! Well, we meet again in this new video. In the first one, we talked about many ways to introduce yourself in Spanish. Now we're gonna pass on to something very important that all total beginners need in their life, which is how to pronounce the alphabet. How to get familiar with the pronunciation, which can be a bit difficult for English speakers. So let's get on to it. The alphabet in Spanish has 28 letters. Yeah, some people like to omit the double L, but I always include it in my alphabet. So here we go. We start with letter A. In English, it's A. In Español, it's A, como Alberto. B, bolígrafo. The C here, the C is like the TH in English, like the th. We like the one in think. Okay, so cebolla. D, Diego. E, Elena. F, como farola. G, como gracias. H, the H is never ever pronounced in Spanish. It's always muted, okay? So we include it in words, but we never pronounce it. We have the letter I, isla. J, it's like a J. From the bottom of your garganta is J, Javier. K, de Kenya. L, de Luis. The double L, here it's like a total different sound and a total different letter. It's a Y, like the Y in English. So it's llave. But you have to stress it a bit more than the normal Y. So it's not llave, it's llave. Así. M, de María. N, de Natalia. N. This one is a particular letter in Spanish. It's also included in España, Español. It's the one that characterizes the language. It's la ñ. O, Oscar. P, pizza. Q, quinto. R. Well, you have to get acquainted with the double R. It's like you have to put your tongue here, like this, and pronounce it like a double R. R. With this sound. It's very difficult for English speakers because your R is pronounced like a W, like right. But in Spanish, it's so focused and it's so emphasized on it. So it's like R, Roland, Roland. Así. Por ejemplo, you have pero y perro. Pero, it's one R. But when the word starts with an R, it's like always stressed on it. So whenever you got a word starting with R, it's a double R. But when the R is in the middle of the word, it's just a normal, more soft one. Pero, it means but. Perro means a dog. So when you're talking and you mispronounce these two words, you can say a total different word and be, well, not completely understood. Let's move on to la S. The S sound in Spanish, it's not like the S sound in English. It's a bit more between the sh and the s. It's a very soft S. However, the Latino counterpart of it is just like normal. It's like a very normal S. So let's say it with Sarah or Sarah. You can pronounce both ways, but I'm gonna go with the Spanish pronunciation. Now let's move on to the T. Teresa. U, Uruguay. Ube. The V is just another B. It's a B in disguise. So it's like Venezuela. It's like it's pronounced with a B, but we use it with a V. And that's because this letter was introduced later on to the Spanish world. Like before, we didn't used to have it. And we have the W, like Wu, Walter. In Spanish, there aren't many words that include this letter, but when we import words from English, from other like French words as well, we use it. X. X como Alex. Y como y alta. Here the difference, as I said before, between the double L and the Y is like you have to put a bit more focus and stress on the double L. It's llave y alta. Llave y alta. And the Z. Well, here we go. The Z sound doesn't exist in Spanish. It's always a th, like the th from the verb think. So whenever you see a Z, it's always th. Zapato, zarzuela, Zaragoza. Now let's move on to something a bit more difficult, which is the rule of the C. As we said, the th is pronounced th, but it also can be pronounced sometimes as k, like a K. Well, here as you can see, in front of E and I, we always pronounce the C as th, como cebolla, cinturón. But in front of the rest of the alphabet, vowels or consonants, we always use it as a K, like culpa, balcón, or creador. Let's move on now to this exercise. I want you guys to try to pronounce these words and try to classify them in which category they fall under. You have the K sound, you have the th sound. Let's start with the first one. It's cero. Did you pronounce it right? How about the second one? Is it a th, tha, or ka? What do you say? I think it's camarero. The third one is similar. It's cantar. The next one is, what do you think? It's comida. You've got cine. Here, the que. With the Q, we don't pronounce the U until the U has 2 points, 2 dots on top of it. If so, then we pronounce it. Otherwise, we don't pronounce it with the letter Q. So it's que, which means what? Cero means 0. Camarero means waiter. Cantar is a verb to sing. Comida, it's food. Cine, it's cinema. Que, as I said, it's what? Now let's go to the second one, which is colección. Yep, you guessed it right. It's collection. Kilo, which has 2 meanings actually. The first one is about a chemical substance found in, dairy products. And the other one is a bit like Morse language, like it's about work and stuff. It's a bit more advanced, but the mean here is to say kilo, to pronounce it correctly with the K sound. The next one is cinco. Cinco, which is 5. Zumo. Zumo means juice. Zaragoza. It's a Spanish city in Aragon. 50. It's 50. Cuenta. Cuenta here is the account or the check. You can say, quiero la cuenta, por favor. It's like ordering or asking for the check in the restaurant. And zoo. Zoo is the zoo. And here you've got them classified, as you can see, the ones that fall under the K and the ones that fall under the th sound. Now let's move on to the G. As you know, the G sound doesn't exist in Espanol. We have either G or G. It follows the same rule as the th. In front of E and I, it's always G, G. But in front of the rest of the letters, vowels or consonant, it's G. So let's take this example. Gesto, jirafa. Gesto, jirafa. Gorra, gato, guapo, guitarra. Let's go again. Gorra, gato, guapo, guitarra. Now I've got you a similar exercise as well. You have these words in front of you and you have to classify them between a G sound and a G sound, like G or G. Let's see if you're gonna get them, guys. So the first one, what is it? It's a G plus an I. So, gimnasio. The second one presents a J. A J sound in español is always, always, always a J sound. Es la J. Entonces, es jugar. Here we've got a U. Have you noticed it? A U with 2 dots on it. So we pronounce the U. It's bilingüe. The second one is jefe. The next one is guerra. We didn't pronounce the U here, but because we pronounce guerra. The U doesn't have 2 dots on top of it, but because it exists, so we can pronounce it as a G sound. The next one is gol. The third one, or the next one, is Jiménez. Then guitarra, same as guerra. We have a Ni sound, but because we have a U sound, it's pronounced a G. So it's guitarra, gusto, gas, general, joven, jamón, pingüino. Now let's see. What does gimnasio mean? Gimnasio is the gym. Jugar is the verb to play. Bilingüe is what you guys are going to become after you finish taking courses with me and following my page on YouTube, which just means to speak 2 languages. Jefe is a boss. Guerra, it's, well, war. Goal, it's a goal. It's as simple as that. But just we omit the A from the English version of it. Jiménez. Jiménez is a name. It's a Spanish name, a very popular one as well. Guitarra. The guitarra is the guitar. Gusto. Gusto es como, it's something that, to say, a pleasure. It's a taste. It's when you say mucho gusto, it's like it's a pleasure knowing you, getting to know you. General, it's general. Joven. Joven means to be young. Jamón, which is ham, and it's very delicious in Spain. And pingüino. Pingüino, it's a penguin. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a bit hard and to swallow in all at once, but trust me, the key to reading Espanol is very simple. We pronounce every letter in a word, so it's not gonna sound so hard for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, in the next video, we're gonna talk about numbers. So I'll keep you updated, and I hope you liked it. Ciao!